let's play this Ron Johnson clip. The 315,000 jobs added in August, the unemployment rate bumped up a little bit. And I don't know if that's a function of more people entering into the workforce or what, because 315,000 is well ahead of like the 160,000, I think it is, 180,000 you need to keep up with essentially population growth. Here is Ron Johnson, who has an idea on how to deal with the labor shortages that are out there. And, well, here it is.
I wrote a column for the Wall Street Journal. You can go online, November 2021, saying that we need about 2.6 million additional workers added to our labor force. And our birth rates aren't producing that. So there are a number of innovative ideas I would support. Former Senator Phil Graham came to the Senate. We were talking about our labor shortage, and one of his suggestions was to coax seniors that could re-enter the workforce. Don't charge them payroll tax. They're not paying it anyway, so they want to get back and earn a few extra bucks. Let them start working and don't charge them payroll tax.
Why would he want to undercut the payroll tax? That's my question.
I mean, I'm unclear, but and to be clear, it does undercut the payroll tax because you're increasing the amount of or decreasing the amount of income that Social Security touches, right? Because somebody's ultimately going to have these jobs. Now, one way in which if we are having trouble with the birth rate and we are having trouble with workers is one way is we can allow immigrants to come into this country.
We just had a guest on yesterday who spoke about how dependent Wisconsin in particular dairy farms are on migrant labor, and how Ron Johnson, his aggressive anti-immigrant rhetoric actually is just not, it completely is not beneficial for even the farmers who are reliant on migrant labor for the continuation of their businesses within his own state. But to me, it just seems like he a few weeks ago, right, he was saying how he wants to make Medicare and Social Security a part of discretionary spending, and then he got some blowback for it, and he returns to it a month later with his new harebrained idea, which is essentially to have fewer people pay into the payroll tax, which would also undercut these programs. That essentially, like, it seems like he can't it's his hobby horse. He just wants to privatize Social Security and Medicare, at the very least, make sure they're much smaller and weaker. That's not going to fly. And people need to be clear about what he's advocating for, because he's using workarounds as a way to just like not make it clear what he actually wants to do, which is to cut
Social Security. I mean, you got to wonder too. I mean, the guy is like, he's down in the polls and he's going out there saying like, I've got a solution to this. Let's coax old people back into, and they won't have to pay, like, as if that 6% is that's what's keeping me on the sideline.
Yeah.
It's the 6% payroll tax.
As opposed to just insane. Like wanting to live your life and retire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only I was making, I don't know, $21 an hour instead of $20 an hour.
I'd stop fishing and I'd be coaxed back into,
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I think, yeah, sure. I work at a fast food place. Make instead of just making, $10 an hour or $7, $8 an hour, I could be making $8.50 an hour.
Ron Johnson probably thinks that story that was circulating last week about the 99-year-old woman who's still a waitress at Denny's or something like that. He's probably like, how heartwarming. How can we do this more in my state?
Uniquely American.
Yep.
Uniquely American.